clean up on aisle 5 said, well, they didn't mean it was real. This is next level incompetence by Hunter Biden's lawyers. Here's a little flashback of Joe Biden at the 2020 presidential debate where he dismissed the laptop story as what? Disinformation. Watch.
There are 50 former national intelligence folks who said that what he's accusing me of is a Russian plan. They have said that this has all the five former heads of the CIA, both parties, say what he's saying is a bunch of garbage. Nobody believes it except his and his good friend Rudy Giuliani.
You couldn't even pronounce the man's name. I'll do it for you. Let's bring in former mayor of New York City, former attorney for Donald Trump, friend of mine also, Rudy Giuliani. That's how you say it. Mr. Mayor, Hunter says it's real. Lawyers say, well, not so fast, Hunter. What are we supposed to believe, sir?
It's real. It's very real. And it's probably the most incriminating document in American legal history. And it will historically be one of the most important pieces of evidence in presidential history. Hunter, this degenerate drug addict, made that way probably by his father, because his father didn't take care of him, put him in business with some of the biggest criminals in the world, was a bag man for his father. He explains it right in the hard drive. He says, I've had to pay all the expenses of this family for 30 years. He tells his daughter this. And I've had to give 50% of my income to Pop. Well, because the income was really Pop's. Came from Iraq, came from Ukraine, came from Russia, came from China, came from Kazakhstan, came from Romania, came from a lot of American businesses that he was fixing things for. He started cheap, a little slimy senator from Delaware, and then he became an international criminal.
Mr. Mayor,
at the highest levels of
allow me to jump in here just for a second, because I want to get to some of the things that we learned today. I think Hunter Biden's lawyers, I don't know if you read this or not, but Hunter Biden's lawyers, they're threatening a lawsuit against Fox and Tucker Carlson about some payments that he made. Now, he did put something on his taxes that he actually did make the payments for this house. Can you maybe clear some of this up for us?
Yeah, sure. I mean, first of all, they sent a letter to Daddy's Justice Department and to Daddy's Delaware Attorney General, asking that myself, Steve Bannon, Bob Costello, and Mr. John Mac Isaacs be investigated for stealing his laptop. Of course, that's absurd because I got the documents right here. He signed a contract with John Mac Isaacs that said if he didn't come and get it in 90 days, he abandoned it and it became Mac Isaacs' property. Here's the contract and here's the notice right here of the fact that it reverted to John Mac Isaacs. And of course, you don't make that claim 2.5 years, 3 years later. I wonder if his lawyer is going to be disbarred for making a clearly false statement, for lying to the government. I mean, it's a violation of 18 United States Code, Section 1001, to make a false statement to the government. And that's exactly what his lawyer did. And given the fact that they suspended.
So take a listen. I'm sorry. Take a listen to Adam Kinzinger, who kind of has a different spin on how this all went down. Take a listen.
There is no difference in having stolen the data. I mean, a computer shop owner who Hunter Biden gave a laptop to fix, who stole his data, which to me has been incredible from the very beginning, that has not been a bigger story. This is the equivalent of hacking into somebody. And to celebrate this and say there's no problem, I've never understood it. And I think it's a really dangerous path for the GOP to go down.
So, Mr. Mayor, Kinzinger is claiming that either McIsaac or you or whoever stole this. Now, do you care to respond?
He's a complete surprise. He's not crying, right? I mean, here's the statement that idiot wouldn't bother to read. Well, because he's a liar. The document says clearly equipment left with the Mac shop after 90 days of notification of completed service will be treated as abandoned property. And you agree to hold the Mac store harmless against any damage for the loss of your property. Well, there's a notice here on April 17, 2019, to pick it up. By July 18, 2019, it became abandoned and it became the property of John Mac Isaacs. The FBI was comfortable with that. They took it from him 4 or 5 months later when he showed this to them. They were comfortable with it until yesterday. This is just a complete lie. The documents disprove what he's saying and what the lying former congressman is saying. I mean, that guy is a piece of, I don't know what, but I am surprised he didn't break down crying. Maybe now that he hears this, he'll go to his room and cry.
He's got a new gig over at CNN. Which is probably what he was looking for the whole time. Go ahead, Mayor.
These people shoot their mouth, no support. When I talk, there's support. There's the support. There's the document. It's clear as hell. It became John Mac Isaacs' property. No one's disputed that until now. In fact, they were saying it was Russian disinformation for 2.5 years. Mm-hmm. I don't know that they're barred from changing that at this point.
Yeah,
it's totally ridiculous.
The problem is there's so much lying going on the Hill, sir. It's just if you put everyone, if you throw everyone out for lying, there'd be no one left there. Very few. Good having you on, Mr. Mayor.